PA girls in the house. Also a Christine, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, this might Whidbey Island coming in again. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh. Or ladies or gentlemen, whoever you are. I am so excited to see you. Finally made it to the 60s overnight. Western PA. Love it. Michigan. My friend Cheryl from Morristown, New Jersey. So have Green Bay. Jessica, I bet it's chilly in Green Bay. Also, why is Wisconsin on my list of places I'm dying to go to? Is that the funniest thing ever? I know, I love that. I love it. So good. Keep it coming. Tell me where you're coming from. Sarah from Southwest Indiana. I love it. Pat, you're up so early doing this from California and Utah. And we always talk about how I want to go to Utah too. Day after Halloween. I know. Can you believe it? And I'll tell you this, Arlington, Virginia. So good to see you. And I love that Francis and Nancy are saying hi to each other in the chat. That's so good. Philip, a New Yorker. I lived there for a while. Chapel Hill, New Hampshire. I know it's chilly up there. I have some family there. Pittsburgh in the house. Well, welcome and happy November 1st. Did this come just as fast as it could? You know, they say that thing about the days are long, but the years are short. And I got to tell you, I am feeling that in my bones right now. Now, Southern California here. I can't believe you early birds. I love you so much. Here's the thing. I need you to put in the chat, because my daughter is here for the weekend, and we're having a very serious conversation this morning as she popped on a Christmas movie. Okay? This will not do. This will not do. And I know we're pushing these holidays sooner and sooner and sooner. Kathleen, thank you for counting the days to Thanksgiving and not Christmas there. So she
Christine,
is.
I support that.
No, no, Eleanor. I'm very persnickety with this. Too early for Christmas. Now, part of it is I think we need some joy, right? I definitely need some joy. So I'm like, whatever. But I got to say, Linda and Paula are all over. Now, Pam, you're listening at, you know, Easter and Rosh Hashanah, and you're doing all of it. Don't decorate till the day after Thanksgiving. I have to say, there was one year, a couple years ago, where my husband was like, no, we'll get the tree. We'll get the tree. December 22nd. We threw money at the kids and said, please go get a tree. I was so mad. I was so salty. I'm using my voice now. There we are. No tree until after December 10th. Nancy, that's so specific. I love it. Yet you can't listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving. We always went to this family cottage that my great grandfather built. Oh, look, Eleanor put a bowl up. Wait, I'm coming over. Is it too early to celebrate the holidays? Yes.
Mixed reviews.
I just hit yes. I just hit yes.
It looks like yes. Consensus is yes.
Thank you. So, excuse me. Listen, I could prattle at you all day. Look at this. Because when it comes to holidays, we would go to this cottage and I would let them listen to the Christmas music as we would drive home. Never before. Never, never. So let me show you a couple of little things that we can make for the holiday if we want. And one of these, you could go and make it today and pop it in the freezer. I'm going to do it the whole way through, and I know the family's going to scarf it down. But are we ready to go? Oh, good. Oh, Marianne, the hash recipe is my favorite. It's so good. But we're going to start with a puff pastry braid. Now, for all my old timers, and if you have been here for more than a year, if you've been coming and joining me for more than a year, throw that in the chat, because I want to give you a little shout out for all of that. Don't worry, newbies, we're going to get you too. But you know, I love to do a little puff pastry something as soon as the holidays are rolling around. I know Francis is. Oh my gosh, look at this. Judy, you guys are so incredible. Sandra, Kathleen, Cheryl, Lisa, Deb, Dot, Judy, Carol, Nancy, Francis, Kathy. Oh my God. So you all know I love a puff pastry. A puff pastry, anything. Look at that. AP, Patty, Gloria, Kathy, just S as the first initial. I bet it's Sandy. Sandy or Cheryl? Me too, over here, Andrea. Hey, me too. So, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be back for 2026. So I'm excited about that. Replay is always sent out after the class is done. Don't give that a second thought. But let's get going on my little puff pastry. So listen, puff pastry is not healthy. It's not. There's no way. We're not going to make it healthy. We're not going to do reduced fat cream cheese here. We're not doing it because sometimes you have to say a dessert or a treat is a treat. We're not going to eat the whole thing, right? But a treat is a treat, and this is a treat. So we are going to do a little braid. If you're cooking along, I think most of you don't, but if you are, I buy frozen packaged puff pastry. Doesn't matter. We do deserve them, Caroline. It doesn't matter what brand you get. You can take a look. Some are made with butter. Those tend to be a little pricier. And some are a little more mainstream. You'll get them in your regular grocery store. That's what I use. They may not be made with butter. You can look and see if it's vegan, if it has that vegan V on it. That'll tell you. But it should still have really rich, good flavor. No such thing as reduced fat brie. Andrea, that just broke my heart even thinking about it. There should be no reduced fat brie. Here's what we do. We pull this guy out and just let it thaw a little bit, about a half an hour at room temperature. You can see it's not super floppy, but it's thawed enough that I can move it a bit. I'm going to set it to the side. Now, cream cheese, block of cream cheese. I think somebody said American recipes always start with 1 block of cream cheese. But it tis the season, baby. So we are going to take some of the cream cheese. We're going to take a little bit of granulated sugar. Now, there's a reason why we're doing the granulated, and that's because much like a sugar scrub or a salt scrub, the granulated part, the granular notion of it, helps break down the cream cheese a little bit. If you use powdered sugar, it's great. It's tasty. It's simply very finely ground sugar with cornstarch in it. But we want the granulated to kind of break it all up. So here's what we're going to do. I have my handy dandy hand mixer. And it just occurred to me, my family doesn't realize that it goes right here, the little beaters. I found it all together. And we're going to do, this is an aggressive hand mixer. Look, it's flinging it. However, perhaps I should have put it in a bigger hole. All right, so we're going to soften it. We're not going to get too crazy. We're going to take that and throw it back. We're just going to soften it a little bit. That's all we're going to do. Mix it up. And it does get soft a little faster because of that granulated sugar. All right, stop with this. Really what I want here is spreadability, okay? I want it to be nice and soft and slightly sweet. So I've got that, and let's find my cute spatula. We're just gonna wipe that down. Now, you can use less than a block of cream cheese. You don't have to do a whole block. That's fine. I'm looking at all the messages. Okay, you don't have to do a whole block. But I mean, for me, I'm like, heck yeah. Now, what else do I throw in here? A couple of egg yolks. I think today I'm just going to do one. I think I just need one. Oh, there we go. What the egg does is it gives it a little stability and a little body, right? So I remember in culinary school, we learned that it takes 1 egg, this is so niche, 1 egg to set 1 cup of heavy cream, because heavy cream is so high fat. So what we're doing here, we just want to give it a little firmer texture once it's baked. That's all. That's all it is. And you can go with 2. I'm just feeling 1 today. It's nice and easy. It's in the email. Yep. It's all there, I promise. Okay, and look at that beautiful color. Gosh, the egg yolks. And I did notice that the price of eggs is down. I was very happy about that the other day because I would consider this egg season. Love egg season. And I'm going to add a skosh, I think it calls for a teaspoon, a vanilla bean paste. Now, you don't have to use vanilla bean paste. You can just use vanilla extract. Do yourself a favor, and if you've got the budget for it, use pure vanilla extract because it just tastes better. But the vanilla bean paste, I love. You can get it sometimes in the big bulk stores or sometimes the stores that have like a little gourmet food section somewhere. Really popular, especially now. But you want to use it where you can see it, okay? Oh, vanilla in the Dominican Republic. I love that, Sharon. You want to use it whenever I've got, here I'm going to bring it up really close to the camera. I don't know if y'all can see, and I am blind as a bat without my glasses, but there are all these gorgeous little vanilla flakes in there. We love that, right? So good. So I'm always like, don't use it in anything chocolate. Use it where you can see it, and we do it 1-to-1. If that makes sense. We do it 1-to-1. So if a recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla, you can use 1 teaspoon of the extract. And I do, oh, look at me, I hid my own salt on myself today. I need so many tools today, it was hilarious setting up. I'm gonna put just a little salt because I put salt in everything. A little salt is a flavor enhancer. Yes, Deb, I mixed it by hand because I didn't want the noise of the mixer. Truly. And because the mixer did the work, softening this up, and look at it now. That's it. So you could totally use the mixer. It's fully fine. I'm just not because it's so loud and annoying. And I don't want to annoy you guys. There we go. All right, so let's take a look. Boop, 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 boop. It's mixed. I'm gonna set it aside. Now here we go. And I used to do these all the time when I owned my cooking school. Check this out. They will be folded in thirds, okay? Now, you can, where that seam is, we can go and do like a little, I call it the pie pinch. You know, when you're making the pretty pies and you put that, I always think it's called like the grandma pinch too. The grandma pinch, just to kind of build up those seams if you need that. But we're gonna fold it so you don't have to get too crazy. And I'm not even gonna roll this out, okay? Now check. I'm gonna make a bunch of slits. So you can see I'm very formal here. I'm measuring them exactly. Now, we don't care. We're gonna make it look cute, don't worry. All right, we're just gonna try to make them as even as we can. Go across like that, and then we just flip it around. Don't try to do it when it's on the other side away from you. That would be so annoying. Oh, the difference between the vanilla bean and the vanilla bean paste? Really? It's good quality, typically, so you can taste a difference. It's just good vanilla. Look, I'm all wacky doodle here. I'm not even keeping them the same. This is how important this is. And you know how I just told you, you can make this ahead? Totally can, because check this out. We're gonna take a little bit raspberry jam. Now, here's the thing. I bought the seedless because the seeds are annoying. Okay? I told you this is a treat, baby. This one is called All Fruit. And I'm just gonna, oh, I think I over raspberried. Can you over raspberry? I don't know if you can. I don't get too particular. Yeah, the seeds, I don't know, Francis. Like, if I don't have to have them, why would I? I don't know. And if you're dealing with any tooth stuff, there is nothing so annoying. Oh, it's getting like a seed in your teeth. Oh, that makes me crazy. All right, so there we go. Boom. A little bit of raspberry love. Can you do anything else? Absolutely. Can you make this savory and not sweet? Absolutely. You can do all of these things. Use the braid as the technique. All right. And then I'm going to do plops. I'm feeling ploppy. Plop sounds so unappealing, doesn't it? I know, sorry. It's like somebody said she hated the word chunks when it was related to food. And I was like, are you kidding me? I love like chunky. Yum. Thank you, Robin. Robin's telling me I can't have too much. Thank you, Robin. All right, now Could you use this and make 2? Heck yeah, you could. But I am not known for moderation. So I'm just going to do that. Throw that aside. And ta-da. That's all we're going to do. Crisscross applesauce, baby. Now, you got to make it tight. I don't want it to be all loosey-goosey. This is where it gets tight. I should have done this last month, and you can put olives for eyes. You can make it savory, and it'll look like a mummy, right? So you could do, you want a really easy one, do a cream cheese and do some pesto. And put those little olive eyes on, bake it, mummy. Yes, no, jelly cranberry would be fabulous. Who was that? That was Nancy. Nancy with the genius move today. Okay, look, and you can see I got all wacky doodle here. I'm gonna have too many. I never worry about it. I never worry about it. I just push it together at the end and say, aren't you cute? Now, I have a little squirting out the edges. That's just what it does. When you overfill it like I do. I don't know if I'm the queen of beans or the queen of excess. Oh, I think I moved. There it is. I'm going to just pick this guy up, just like this, and put it on a baking sheet. Now, if you want to make this ahead, all you need to do, truly, put on the baking sheet, slide it into the freezer for half an hour. That's it. Half an hour. It'll firm up enough that you can then wrap it and wrap it really well because air is the enemy of all things frozen. Okay? And we can't forget the suntan lotion. All right, Lita's with me. Thank you, Lita. There we go. Ooh, good one. Little. I am all over the place. Let's add a touch of water because when we make an egg wash, you can make an egg wash lots of different ways. Just the yolk, if you want it to be really rich. Just the white, if you want it to be shiny, but it gets a little crispiness to it. I'm a traditionalist, so I'm going to go with 1 egg to 1 tablespoon of water. And don't use hot water. And we're going to just beat it till it's a little bit frothy. And that's just to get those big, you know, you get those big chunks of white in there. That's just to get that. And here's the thing, and we all know this, that puff pastry likes a hot oven. So don't do a 350 oven. That's sad. I've got mine set at 400. And then I am going to brush it. Sheila, this is so easy to make. And this is like my plot and plan. And don't forget, you guys can find me online at Empty Nest Kitchen, or if you're on Instagram, The Empty Nest Kitchen, you can find me there and share your pictures of your braids. And 2 of these 2 puff pastry sheets come in each package. Okay, they come in each package. So you can make one for now and one for later. You can make one that's sweet, one that's savory. I used to do one at my cooking school where we would roast vegetables and then we'd use like an herby cheese and mix it with some cream cheese, and we'd use that as a base, and then we would put, you know, roasted eggplant, zucchini, red onion, all this good stuff together and put it on, and we would knock out dozens of them. Dozens. All right. Oh, I know what that beeping is. And there we go. And once you've got an egg wash, and remember, egg wash, Shelly, hang on, I'll tell you. Egg wash is suntan lotion for your food, okay? Once we've got that, I'm going to put this in. I think it's going to take easily 25 minutes at 400, but I'm going to put it in for 20, and then we'll check it. So savory, just think of, give me a couple of ingredients that you like in the chat. Oh, okay, Andrea, who is my genius today. Andrea, where have you been all my life? Okay, and Robin, so smart. So could you zoom in? I've got the other camera. Can y'all see both cameras? I know. Oh, Francis, go in cheese and pepperoni. I love the leeks. I love the caramelized onions and goat cheese. Do you know you can make caramelized onions in a slow cooker? It's so good. Spinach like spanakopita. Eric, So good. Not a fan of cream cheese? Skip it, okay? Maybe you don't want it to be cheesy at all. You could use another soft cheese. I wouldn't use a cheese like, this isn't a mozzarella stretching moment, if you know what I mean. All right? You guys have so many good ideas. My gosh. You're on fire today. I love it. All right, let's make some hash. Let's make some hash. Boy, I'm feeling feisty, I think. Good gravy. Get rid of that. We'll move this guy over here. And thank you to everyone who came today. I love it. We had over 300 of you sign up for class today. And that just makes my whole heart happy. I tell everybody, this is my favorite thing that I do. It's totally true. Karen, that would be fantastic. That's my favorite. Okay. Look at that. So, good question. Moving on to our hash. Here's the thing. Somebody said, could you do Yukon potato? Yeah, use a Yukon. If you're not into the sweet potatoes, anybody who's been here for a while, you know I'm Mediterranean diet forward, right? I haven't pledged allegiance to the Mediterranean diet, but I really focus on it for a lot of my meals now. So I go for the sweet potatoes because I know they have a little more something going on health-wise. But if you want to use a regular potato, heck yeah, Yukon Golds are beautiful. Idahos are actually fine here. I wouldn't go with a red potato. That's definitely too waxy. But whatever floats your boat, because we're going to make this so yummy. I think y'all are going to love it. And this came off of a recipe that there's a restaurant here in our town, and they gave it kind of a naughty name, which I will not share, but it had chorizo and fried kale, like deep fried potatoes and deep fried kale. So I'm just going to take it, and since we're having the puff pastry braid, we're just going to healthy it up a little bit. All right. There we go. Now, let's get rid of all these guys. I love you guys are coming with the questions. Okay, when you say winter squash, Sharon, can you tell me what you're thinking about? Because I'm thinking, I think about like a butternut squash. Yeah, there it is. Look at us. Sure. If you are all into it, for sure. Now, it's not going to have a starchy quality, right? It won't have fat to it. And I'm just going to take the little ends off. Typically, I like put them in my apron pocket and I forget. And then I wash it and then I dry it. All right. So when we're doing this, I really, really want you to take off the plank and then flip that guy over. And we're going to do that. We want everything to be about the same size. I did a class this week for a nonprofit, wonderful, wonderful group. And we showed them how to do that. And that when we're doing it, we want everything the same size. It's so important to us. Okay, so it cooks more evenly. It looks cuter. And once you have these nice planks, right? Once you have these nice planks of potatoes, look how easily we can cut this. Isn't that great? And I'm going a little small today because it'll cook a little faster. And I'm running at them out. My goodness. No, Michelle, 2 potatoes. I don't know how that doubled. I noticed that this morning. So for 4 people, 2 potatoes should be ample because we're going to put so much other stuff in it. You're going to see. And I will tell you, I have done this where I've cooked the potatoes in the pan, right? But I'm going to roast them. And in fact, because I know you all love a gadget, I'm going to roast them in my air fryer. Partially because I've got a puff pastry braid in there, but I could absolutely, if I'm going 400, I could absolutely do these potatoes at 400, no problem. All right. And I am going to, just for tossing's sake, I am going to put all these guys here. Should I use a bowl? Probably. But I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. Not a ton. Don't need a ton. And a little salt And a little pepper. Roasting them does give them. All right, Marianne, you ready? You know what it's called, right? That's called, you're going to sound really fancy the next time you make this, the Maillard reaction, right? That is what happens when you roast something. That's that whole idea of the brown food is good food, the yumminess factor. And I just want to make sure I get all, just with a little kiss of the olive oil, right? Because a little bit of fat, should be afraid of fat, especially a good fat like olive oil, right? We call that a good fat. I kind of hate that because we get into the good and the bad. And truthfully, I don't think any food is bad. I think everything in moderation. And do you see me walking over here to spray these? Because I am sure as heck not doing it right over the floor that I'm walking on. All right. Look, Marianne knew. Marianne, you know. Now, you know, is talk about every month. And if you're new, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put that you're new, that this is your first time here, so that we can all give you a little love. And if you're new, you'll learn that I'm not a gadget girl, but I love an air fryer. So we are gonna throw this in. And my air fryer is a little different because it's got the shelves. We're gonna go 15 minutes and we'll come back and check. Look at all these folks. Okay, I gotta see everybody. Linda, you guys are so nice. Donna's new, Paula's new, Irish Ross is new, love it. Francis knows all about the slippery floor. New, now I can only call you Zoom user. All right. Oh, Pam, welcome back. Thank you, Francis. All right. So I've got that going in there. In the oven, it totally works. And if we were deep frying everything, let's be honest, it would go much faster. But we then have to clean up from all that deep frying. I'm not, you know, So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the mixer over. Who am I hearing there? I'm hearing someone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I have got, and we'll move this over in just a second over to the saute pan. I am using a nonstick pan. I am using a little bit of olive oil, and we are gonna saute an onion. All right. New as well. Hey, RM. So happy to have you here. And we're checking to see if we've got a class next month. So we will do some like healthy holiday stuff if we've got one. All right, now let's check this out. I always have to take off an extra layer when I'm teaching in class. All right, oh, I need some advice while I'm doing this. I am going on a girls' weekend, next weekend, with women that I knew in college, women that I met 40 years ago. And it's next weekend, and I haven't seen any of them for at least one I've seen, and we were always best friends. And I am so nervous because a lot of them have kept in touch and I haven't. So I'm just a little nervous, and I know I'm gonna get in the room with the bunk beds, but I've come to terms with it. I'm at peace. But if you guys have any advice, I'm not even joking. I could use it because I am so nervous about the whole thing. All right. Now, let's get this onion going. And did you see that method I just used, all my new people? This is how I used to teach the people who had been drinking so that they wouldn't have to run a knife toward their hand. I call it my over the rainbow method. And what we're doing is we're going to cut in toward the center as we work our knife around. Are any of them famous? Lisa, please. Please. That's so funny. Lisa, you're much too sweet to me. All right, let's get this onion. See, and I'll try to do it sideways here so you can see. I'm just always coming to the center. Kind of work my knife around. And then I go that way. That way you're not doing the crosswise, upside down wise, and over. I swear. Woo! There we go. Now I love onion, so I have no problem using all the onion here. And I'm going to take that and give it a little stir. Am I getting, I don't think they're nervous, Lisa. I've been on all the texts and they don't seem nervous. They seem excited. And guess what? Guess who's going to be teaching a cooking class? All right. They'll be fine. They'll be in my comfort zone. But, all right. So, get those onions doing their thing. When I'm nice and soft here, okay? Soft is good. It's like old times. I like that. Take the puff pastry, but Karen, I think they all eat like really healthy. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we've got. Ask me about them. I always do that. I'm good at that part. I like that part. Probably don't want to share it. You think I haven't told them about my favorite AARP class at all of you? Oh my gosh. I talk about you all the time. Seriously, I talk about Lisa and Francis and Donna, not new Donna, but other Donna. I talk about you guys all the time. I really do. It's such a joy. Right? Okay. So we're gonna get that doing its thing. Now, how about some turkey sausage? Ooh. Now I know you're like, why is she walking over to the sink? Local farm turkey sausage. And I'm going to go ahead, get this. We'll go all in, right? Because I'll have some tomorrow. Let's just do the thing. And don't be afraid. Like, listen, South Central PA, right? I grew up on like scrapple and sausage and stuff. But don't be afraid of turkey sausage. Don't ever buy, unless, you know, it's important to you. But I don't ever like to buy anything that's all white meat turkey. I don't like it. It's too dry. Now, I hate to put a pitch in for something, but I want you to know this tool has changed my life. I love this so much. I use it when I have to break up any kind of ground meat. And I don't do a ton of ground meat, but you know, sometimes you just gotta have spaghetti meat sauce. We'll let this cook a little bit and then I'll get going. This, it's just, there's no brand, there's nothing on it. It's just 4 pretty hard. This one is a little softer for scraping, I guess, but it's such a cool tool. I love it. Lancaster. Love Lancaster. Okay, Nancy's got one. Paula's got one. Oh, okay. Now, Sharon, that almost sounds like you're going into Huevos Rancheros territory, which is a good territory to be in, let me tell you. All right. Round anything. It's so good, Andrea, right? All right. Let's let that just cook. And there is definitely still going to be a little bit of fat in the sausage, right? But, oh, it really smells good. And if you're thinking, you know, breakfasty, this is not like an Italian sausage. This is more like a breakfast sausage. But you can always add in a little sage or a little thyme. I always think of those as so good for this kind of thing. All right. We've got that all going. Now, I told you that I got to do that demo for a nonprofit this week, right? And they are the nicest people. They're so good. And one of the things they do as part of the programs that they offer is they bring a bag of fruits and vegetables for all of the participants. And it's so wonderful because I'll show them what to cook, how to cook things, lots of kids involved, right? Lots of young mothers. And then we send them home with the bag of the stuff. And I got this absolutely gorgeous fresh picked spinach. And I love it so much. I love fresh spinach, right? Fresh spinach. Kale I like, but you know, kale can be a bit of a commitment. right? It'll be a little bit of a commitment. Oh yeah. Oh Sharon, you got it. Yeah, mashed potatoes. Is that so funny that I didn't think of using it for mashed potatoes? I don't know. Okay, check this out. I just gather it in a bunch, much like my knickers, which will be in a twist. Oh, let's get this going. Oh, and I have to tell y'all, I have decided to lean in to my old ladiness, and I grabbed a machine that does embroidery. Really basic, the most basic thing. And now I just got last weekend and I'm trying to embroider everything that I am. It's been awesome. Take me off my phone a little bit. Okay. How are we doing? My favorite. Oh, Eric loves spinach. Eric, we're gonna call you Popeye. My dad used to always make up inappropriate lyrics at any of those songs. I know I'm sharing too much with you guys today. You're gonna be like, what is she talking about? Oh yeah, that's starting to brown and get really nice. Now don't forget, I put a little bit of olive oil in there to get started because turkey sausage, even though it's going to have a little bit of fat, it's not nearly going to have the fat that we have in a pork sausage. You know? And I like to get it a little brown. I got a little aggressive on the turkey. There we go. All the onions. A little sagey smell. So good. Okay. Now, so letting us get this thing going. The sweet potatoes are roasting. The pastry braid is baking. The spinach is cut. We're going to start getting to some eggs in a minute. And I think what I'll do now is, how about we make our hollandaise? How do you feel about that? What type of potato can making mashed potatoes? Oh, you know what I always go for? I actually like the Yukon Golds. I do. I like the Yukon Golds. They're my favorite when I'm mashing a potato. That's it. They're the ones I love. All right, now we're going to journey. Let's go on a journey. We're going on a journey over to the microwave where I have some butter in there, okay? I have some butter that I melted before, but here's the thing. We're making the hollandaise, and hollandaise is decadent. We know it's decadent. It's a French mother sauce. It's made primarily with butter and egg yolks, okay? But we're taking two fats and putting them together. And a lot of times, two fats don't want to be together. You guys can see my Maryland balloon out there. But we want this to be hot. All right. Now, when you're melting the butter, ta-da, don't ever melt it uncovered. I take the wrapper and just kind of fold it and put it on top. Just like that. That'll go in the trash then. This is also great if you need to butter some muffin wells or something like that. Woo! We're going now. And can I tell you, I love a meal like this when everything is going at one time. I really love cooking like this. I know it's silly. I know not everybody likes it. I totally respect that. All right, put that aside. Okay, we are getting Kathleen saying it sounds so great. Oh, Eric, you do your own thing. I love that. Okay, our timer here. Let's just take a peek. My guess is it's not ready. Because listen, puff pastry, nope. It's pretty, but it's not golden yet. And boy, does that raspberry smell good. All right, I'm gonna give it, believe it or not, I'm gonna give it 8. I know. Crazy. All right. So here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna take our hash recipe over here. We're going to take our hollandaise recipe right here. And we're going all in. I have a full house right now, which is my favorite kind of house. My daughter today was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I have everything I need, right? I like it. I finally get my mom who would say, I don't need anything. I just like hanging out. I like being together. And a puppy. All right. I'm feeling so good with my eggs today. Okay. And I'm going to make a bunch here, right? If you have a smaller measuring cup, you can cut the recipe in half, but just know, gotta have enough to reach the bottom. And that sounds silly. Woo! It's so funny. Sometimes the egg yolks are so resilient, and sometimes you look at them wrong and they want to break on you. And if they break, it doesn't matter, except that I want to have nice clean whites. Because y'all know you can freeze egg whites, right? They freeze really, really well. Okay, lost my towel. Oh, she's up here. I bet you guys are looking going, it's behind you. Did you get your pastry blender? Pastry blender. How do you freeze egg whites? Oh, sure, just put them in a container. Squeeze out the air, throw them in. You can use a bag even. Use a freezer bag, totally works. All right, now let's add, hold on, a little squish squish over here. Yeah, once it gets cooking, and I can let my sweet potatoes, I'm gonna check them. Okay, but we're gonna give this a little bang, bang, bang. Yum, yum, yum. It's really important when you're cooking any ground meat, that you're cooking it the whole way through. It shouldn't be pink. And I know my rare hamburger lovers are gonna fight me on that. That's totally fine. What you do is your own business. But definitely never a sausage or a ground pork, none of that. Even hamburger. That's why you go to some of these hamburger places and they're like, we always serve well done. Because you don't want to mess around. Okay. Looking good. Temperature going up. Looking at the potatoes. Potatoes are perfect. Gonna squeeze some fresh lemon juice. Did I tell y'all? Big news. After class last month, my daughter and her boyfriend got engaged, and we had this party here. And I don't know if you know this, but I like things how I like them. And I'm using fresh lemon juice. I found 3 plastic limes in my refrigerator. 3! Can you believe that? I'm like, no. We don't do that. We squeeze the limes. Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was wonderful. We're so lucky. He's a wonderful young man. It was amazing. All right. I was so nervous when I was doing the class last month. Now check it out. I'm going to use a stick blender because I love a stick blender. And you can see I'm doing this all in the glass here. I wanted you guys to be able to see it. This is hot. It's going to cook our egg yolks for us. And what we're going to do is we kind of move it like this. You might be able to hear it start to change. And we pour this in slowly. What pouring this in slowly does is it gives us an emulsion, which is making the 2 fats hang out together. Sometimes we use, like, in a salad dressing, we use mustard as an emulsifier. Here, we're using the action of the mixer as the emulsifier. And I always say, if you have 2 friends that won't hang out together unless you're there, that you are the emulsifier. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Holy bananas. I don't even think I could have made that better if I tried. People used to laugh at me when I would say that my emergency meal was eggs Benedict when the kids were younger. But I always had eggs. I always had some kind of toasty something I could put in one. It was just like that. Oh, sometimes the chat doesn't catch up. Isn't that an easy way to make hollandaise? Oh. I don't want to tell you that it's totally perfect, but it is totally perfect. I don't go as traditionally because I like mine a little lemony. And you could, if any of y'all, when it gets to your big holidays, I'm gonna move this over here so you can see this. If any of y'all do like a beef tenderloin, you can do the exact same thing I just did and make a béarnaise sauce. It's that easy. But here is the trick. You cannot, and I want to repeat that, you cannot reheat this. You try to put it in the microwave. I don't care if you're going to go like 10% power, won't reheat. It'll break apart. So what we do sometimes in restaurants, you know those coffee thermoses, they're like the double-walled coffee, keeps your coffee hot. You put that when it's nice and warm, you put that in there. It's terrific. Now I'm going to add a pinch of salt here because I think I forgot to when I had my onions in there. But look at that spinach wilting down. Okay, we're thinking, oh my gosh, it's not healthy. No, we are about it. Look at that going. So good. Smells pretty. And then down in there, let's take these guys. We want to make sure they're cooked through. I always give one a little squish. Don't use a knife because a knife is meant to cut. Right? You can use a fork. My fingers are probably less sensitive than a lot of people. Boom. Yeah. Oh, Kathy, aren't you a sweetheart? I love this. I keep trying to get Eleanor to let me to come to Maryland events so that I can meet some of the people. All right, here we go. Look at this. Is this gorgeous? Can y'all see this? Come on. Look at that. And I just kind of give it a little of this to give it a little love. Now, I'm making a lot, not have to make so much. Okay, trust me. Oh, goodness. Eleanor, you're going to think I'm really good at this. I feel like I'm showing off. Look at that. Now, I don't know. I feel like I could almost go slightly longer. What do you think? Francis, you were just always too sweet. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Carol. I don't know. I think it's pretty good, actually. And if you can see, I'm going to move it over here so maybe you can see all these little layers. And the way that you make puff pastry, and this is why, truthfully, you are never going to make puff pastry. I'm not saying you're not capable. You are absolutely capable. And if you want to, you should totally do it. But what I am saying is it's a big old pain. It's a big old pain. We make a butter block. We take butter and a tiny bit of flour and we smush them together and we flatten them out. Then we make a dough that's flour and water and a little bit of butter. Maybe it has some egg in there. I don't remember. And we roll that out and we put the butter block in the middle and we fold it over and we roll it out and we fold it over and then we put it in the fridge. And we wait like an hour and then we come back and we do it again. And we do it again and again and again. And we're creating microscopic layers. Well, I'm going to let someone do that for me. Much easier. All right, let's do this. Oh my gosh, this smells so fantastic. I think my family's going to be really happy when they come in today. Okay, now, last bit. Why would you want, once you've made, I made puff pastry once, never again. You've got to do it. Oh, Pam, you're going to come. I love it. I love it. Wonderful. Thank you, Hazel. All right, now, here's the thing. Poached eggs, no salt. I know. And you know I love salt, but we're not putting any salt in the water because it works weird with the eggs. What we want is something that's going to help our eggs come together, right? It's going to help them coagulate a little bit. I know, isn't that a great word to use? Here's what we're going to use. You ready? Da, da, da. Does everybody buy the big old jug of white vinegar? This stuff is so good. Look, Andrea knows. Andrea, you are on fire. I kid you not. I think it's the only way to buy it, right? My bottle's even dusty. I just keep it over in the corner. We don't want to put a ton in. A little bit. Maybe I put a tablespoon there. But I'm telling you right now, I love more for cleaning. I know. Put a cup in the dishwasher. Oh, what's that do? That's exciting. You can use it for so many things. Typically, I'll keep it even in a bottle here. I just forgot to fill it up. I just use it all the time. Gets rid of smells. And listen, don't buy white wine vinegar. That's very different. We don't want that. We want white vinegar. All right. We're going to get that out. Now, I'm going to give this a little taste. I want it to all kind of come together. But I kind of look at hollandaise as the great unifier. Just love it. I would call this what? HDD, hollandaise delivery device. Look at all these good tips you have. Eric's running it through the coffee maker. So good. Laundry with it. Laundry with it. You guys, this is so helpful. I love this. Okay, now let's check out our 80 eggs. This is how we're going to do this. And listen, rugs for pet smells. Look at you all. You all are so clever. Goodness. You didn't even know half these things. Garbage disposal. Hot vinegar. I don't know. I don't know about hot vinegar. I don't know, Chris. I mean, we have the same name, but. Alrighty. Now I'm using the smaller pot because I'm just going to make 2 eggs. Don't forget, we don't want the water boiling. Cuts grease. Oh, hey, Pat. Nice to see you. White vinegar and water to clean a wound. Amazing. I think, Eleanor, I think I'm coming out of this learning more than I'm teaching today. Oh my gosh. All right, now I'm going to drop the temperature of my water because I think you can see I'm starting to get some bubbles. And I really want it to be a simmer. Okay? And then we do the old take the spoon and make a whirlpool. Just like you were 9 in one of those little backyard pools, right? Maybe that was just me. I'm gonna throw that other guy in there. And for the longest time, I didn't love poached eggs. Now I'm all about it. But poached eggs, and I'm gonna let that go. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna let go about 3.5 minutes. Because for me, that's exactly where I like a poached egg, personally. So here's what I've got. I have got a little bit, very important not to go back to something that touched the raw meat. I'm going to take a little bit, and you can see, you can so load this up with spinach. Didn't it look like a ton of spinach before? I know it did. All right, but you can add so much to it. How good this is. Gosh, okay. I've got that right there. And I've got this right there. Now, you could freeze it already baked. I don't know. I like the vibe of pulling it out of the hot oven and having it be warm. This is so warm. There's jam. Please do yourself a favor, line your pan. You can use foil, doesn't matter. If you use foil, maybe give it a little spray with a little nonstick spray. This would be better if I waited a couple of more minutes. Trust me. Let's get that. Oh, now that is, you all know the concept of the chef's bite. Do we know this? The chef's bite are the little ends, the little stuff that falls out of things, all of that. Like this little bit of cream cheese on the end that's squeezed out. Woohoo! Chef's bite. She's not as pretty once you cut her. All right, those eggs are coming, and to get those eggs out, I do like something. What's her name? Miss Robin? I see Donna, Lisa. Skunk smell. All right, so laptop. You got to put your name in. Yes, Rafaru. You got to put your name in so I don't just call you laptop. Okay, but here's the trick. This is how you do it. Little vinegar in the water. That's only for stability. It's not for that. You're simply overcooking. Okay, and I don't know if you can see here, but see all that foamy that's coming up? Oh, so good. Where are we at time-wise? Typically, a really good runny egg, 3 minutes is at the bottom, 4 minutes is at the top. You can go 5. I don't know. I get so sad when I go to a restaurant and I order something with like poached eggs, and then they come at me and they're hard. Oh, it makes me really salty. And I'm like, talk about a first world problem, right? But, oh yeah, that white is 100% cooked. Miss Linda. Good stuff, good stuff. And I know where my second egg is. Now, you can even do stuff if you're like a crazy egg person. And I know there are chefs out there who are like, no, this is just good practice. You take your egg and you run it through a strainer, right? You run it through a strainer and you just let it drizzle off. And the really, really runny white part is going to go through, leaving you just with the firmer white part. And make sure that water doesn't boil. Oh, I just broke it. I just poked it right there. Oh, she's getting cocky. There she is. Oh, look at her. Woo, she came apart too. Now watch, chef trick. You ready? Chef trick. Upside down. Ha ha ha. There it goes. And then I'm going to take a little of that hollandaise, do a little drizzle, do a little something. There you go. There you go. Now listen, you could make 100 different sauces here. You don't have to go the high-fat hollandaise. If you want, you could do my pesto trick, where I take basically any nut or seed and any green, and we make a pesto out of it. You could do all of that. But look how good that is. Look how good that is. All right, so listen, I want to remind you, and this is really important, so don't go. November is caregiver month. It's so, so important. If you are a caregiver, or if you know a caregiver, or if you love a caregiver, call them over and make this for them. Go to them and make it. Take care of yourself, all right? We love having you here, and I can't wait to see you next time. So, mwah! I'll see y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.